Welcome to our newest live show, Wake Up and Smell the Bullshit. It is brought to you by Happy Tabby Cat Food. The most racist cat food that there can be. Happy Tabby, now sponsored by Cheeseburger Cat.
It's got a fight.
Yeah. I love this thing. Look at this, black-faced cats. It's great. Our top news story tonight, we're no longer doing the top news story gag. Alright, it's over. To die with the early late show.
And I'll tell you why our government wants to touch your kid.
Yeah, well, excuse us. We're actually recording this, and there'll be a 15-minute thing of this clip.
Or however long.
Or however, yeah, clip on YouTube tomorrow, and it's gonna be in yours. YouTube.com/KShad, correct? Yes. And you can always catch the links at www.ASSC Studios.net. I'm looking like 5 cameras here.
I've been told his new nickname is Chief.
Chief?
Great.
From Dan.
From Dan.
Jay will understand, he said. You said you would understand.
I would?
Yep.
Apparently not, though.
He doesn't.
Basically, all I do is just look at.
I can't see
Just look at that
this.
camera.
So that's why this is.
I need
Oh,
glasses.
so I'm going to be
I can't
looking at
read
this camera then, everyone. The real camera.
Yeah, just look at the webcam. That's
Who's
how.
Happy
Alright.
Tabby 89? Who's
See, Happy Tabby Cat Food is even on the chat tonight. Our
Oh,
sponsors.
Chief O'Brien.
Wow.
That's
Oh, duh, Chief O'Brien. Duh. Star Trek.
Oh,
Hey, great segue, Dan, because they have recently, that's actually my top thing to talk about. They have recently made a porno parody of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Dead silence.
I thought there was more to that because I stole the tweet from Will Wheaton. But who cares? It's
Who?
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
So,
It took them this
Zero
long to
Avenue.
make a Star Trek Next Generation.
that's a good point.
yeah, I know. Well, there was, they did a Star Trek, the original series, porno, and then they did one for Star Trek 11, and then now they're just getting to this. My hands are in the way of Steve-O's camera. So I hope no one who watches this on YouTube actually wants to see Steve-O, because they'll just see my hands instead.
I think the big question is there anything that is an exception to the Rule 34 about porn?
No, because it was a Rule
yes.
35.
There is one exception.
There is one. I'd like to hear it.
I Love You Forever.
Expand.
Yeah.
You don't remember this book? It's this book that I was read it in elementary
book.
school. Yeah, it's a little
It's a
kid's
kid's
book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like this kid whose mom sings to him this song, and as he grows up, she does it again and again, and then when she's really old and like sick and dying, he sings it to her and like tucks her into bed and all
Terrible premise for a
Yeah.
book.
that. It's so depressing,
But is it a good premise for a porno?
not at all.
Yeah.
Maybe down south.
You know what? If
It's apparently the one thing that cannot
really,
that can get 4chan to not Rule 34 it.
Huh.
Fortune not Rule 34 something, I don't know if I can actually believe that.
It's probably been done by now, but
Oh.
I saw something that said it was an exception.
Oh, yeah. That'll be pictures of this randomness on Facebook.
Good.
So I guess since our last show in December, Taco Bell was sued for not having good food. I don't know you guys, but I don't generally go to Taco Bell when I want some sort of gourmet meal.
I go to Taco Bell when I'm drunk and it's 1 in the morning and I haven't tried the new 89-cent double taco.
You know, I haven't tried that yet either.
I had it the other night. I was drunk, but it tasted really good. That's what I'm saying.
See, unfortunately, I usually go to Taco Bell sober.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I went today.
So I
Oh,
don't
she did. I saw
I
it.
did.
I don't mind the taste. It's just the aftermath of it, you know. So I can imagine mixing Taco Bell with the drinking. That just can't be a good outcome the
Well,
next
the thing
day.
was, I went last night. I was at like 1:30 in the morning, and I saw they had the $5 box, but it included the double taco in it, which just didn't really feel good this morning. Let's just say that.
You see, what I don't like about the $5 boxes are the cinnamon twists. If I
They
could,
can't see the cat. That's why.
Okay.
they can on YouTube.
Oh, Kirby.
Because if I could trade in that the cinnamon twist for another taco, that would be great. I would love the $5 box. But I've come to the conclusion I can get like a Crunchwrap Supreme, like 2 burritos and something else for under $5, and come here and have my own drink.
Ah, there you go. If Taco Bell's hiring, Jay Barth, really?
And because there's no way to segue into it, so apparently we're in a third war in the Middle East now. Libya,
Another war.
another war.
See, this is what
Another war.
This is what I think is going on. Our country is so badly in debt that Obama's plan is to take over the world. Therefore, all the world's money is ours, no longer in debt.
kind of pulling a George W. Bush thing, because his thing was the economy sucked then, so hey, let's invade
Right.
Afghanistan, then Iraq. We almost got Iran and North Korea, but then we ran out of more money.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Obama is supposedly the nicest guy in the world. He cares about everyone. For a nice guy, this dude is in like, what, 5 wars?
Well, let's see. We're still in Afghanistan. We're still in Iraq. We have Libya, but then we were sort of supporting Egypt.
Yeah.
And then there was things going on. We might go to North Korea soon. There was those war games going on around Christmas. So there, 5. You're right. 5 wars. And we might have a civil war coming up soon too.
Clear.
And that's when I moved to Canada.
Yeah. You won't be getting that much for your dollar. We were up there in February. We were losing 5 cents for every dollar.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's really
So.
clear.
Me?
Yeah.
Good. That's the way I roll.
And leading the Civil War, of course, would be Texas, who
Yeah.
recently just passed a law telling women if they want to get an abortion, they have to get an ultrasound, then wait 3 days.
What is the point of that rule?
Instead of outlawing it, they just want to make it
Yeah,
passive.
but because they can't,
Right,
they
okay.
can't make it illegal, so they're just trying to make it like, yeah, it's gonna be really hard to get an abortion.
I'm way too lazy to go get an abortion
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I just
I'm just
well
not gonna
there you
do
go. That
it.
leads into another thing. It's okay. They have to pay their insurance to go get the ultrasound.
Right.
So now at that point, they've run out of money to afford to get the abortion.
Right. Plus the $700 to get the abortion.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know that
I-
$700, but
I haven't kept track of the new budget that they're doing, but they were going to cut funding from helping people who want to get abortions that need the help.
yeah. I have nothing further to say on that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm pro-choice.
There was this dude semi-recently in Georgia who wanted to make abortion be considered murder or something like
Really?
that. Yeah. He wanted to make it so that miscarriages and abortions were like felony murders.
That miscarriages?
Yes, miscarriages
also.
too.
Because that's
what I
your
mean in the
fault.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly your fault.
Yeah.
Just,
Totally your fault.
in South Dakota, they almost had open season because abortion is actually illegal in South Dakota. And they were going to say that it was legal to murder a doctor who performs an abortion. That's the only way murder was legal.
Wow.
That pretty much becomes open season.
Yeah.
People just shooting each other on the streets.
This was in the news in February. Bill O'Reilly doesn't know how the moon got there. Because he was trying to say it was one of those anti-evolution, pro-God things. And he was like, well, the moon, how did it get there?
I believe what started it was he was doing a debate with the leader of like the atheist union,
the atheists.
and he was talking to him. And actually, I mean, to his credit, he did a good job. by throwing a random question out of nowhere, which confused the guy. But the question was, if God isn't real, then how come the tides go in and out?
That's right. That's how it started.
The atheist did not know.
Okay.
Off the top of his head, he was caught on the spot.
Whoa.
However, anyone who
Dumbass.
knows science,
Yeah.
well, he was on the spot. He was, I'm on the O'Reilly factor. You know, where the fuck did that question come from?
On the O'Reilly fact, if I say I hate God anymore, someone's going to shoot me. I'm in Fox News headquarters.
So then, someone emailed O'Reilly and said, "What do you mean that the tides prove the existence of God? Tides are caused by the moon." And then he said, "Where'd the moon come from?"
Mark, email this clip. Hopefully I'll make it to YouTube tomorrow. If not, this video will be on Ustream. Email what I'm about to say to Bill O'Reilly, because I know you love him so much. The moon got there, Bill, because about 4.4 billion years ago, while the Earth was still cooling down, a giant planetoid, little smaller than Mars, slammed into us while the Earth was cooling. A bunch of magma spewed out all over the place, and then it cooled down.
With the hot magma.
And that's how you got the moon.
And you could have made yourself not look like such an idiot if you just used Google. Could have Googled how the moon was made.
What's
right-wing
Google?
Christians don't believe in Google.
Oh, I forgot.
Yes. So another big news story recently was obviously the tragedy in Japan, which, I'm sorry, they didn't deserve that. It's Japan. Obviously, you can see, I love Japan. Look it. I've been...
Nobody deserves that.
Yeah,
Nobody
there's a few
deserves
people who
Thank you,
might
there you go.
deserve
Need
that.
some damage control.
No, I mean, Bill O'Reilly might
Stop.
deserve it.
Stop talking.
Just Bill O'Reilly, not where he lives. His neighbors don't deserve it.
Everyone knows there's a roller coaster to the moon.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
He's a little delayed.
Japan, obviously, feel bad for the people.
Yes.
Big problem with how a lot of ignorant Americans have been dealing with it, saying that it's payback for Pearl Harbor, which, as anyone who knows history knows, they got that plus some when we...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then what they keep bringing up Pearl Harbor, but they forget about this, is that the Japanese actually invaded and occupied the Aleutian Islands, or whatever you call it, the Alaskan Islands there for most of the war. But we'll forget about this. When they occupied American soil when they just blew up a few ships. And yeah, obviously, actually that was a tragedy on U.S. soil. But what was going on in Alaska was worse than what happened in Hawaii.
Well,
I'm not trying to downplay Pearl Harbor at all, but...
True, Pearl Harbor was a disaster, and the reason people think of it as such a tragic event is because Ben Affleck can't act. But, yeah, I mean, that's probably what did it. But I don't understand why people, have really been trying to downplay it. Obviously, there are good things about it. Like, athletes have been giving a lot of money. Pearl Harbor, the movie, Ben Affleck. Cuba Gooding Jr. should have gotten a bigger part.
He should have.
The only problem I do have with the Red Cross is, Red Cross doing a good thing, but how much money did we donate to Haiti that didn't actually get there?
I know.
A lot. I mean, athletes were giving millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
All the overpaid actors were giving a lot of money, making people donate. So many people donated, but they're still, living in rubble.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just yeah. But I mean, you can't. We can. Obviously, Haiti was. I don't want to say. You really can't help Haiti, unfortunately.
No,
Haiti was bad, and it just got worse.
Right.
Japan, you can actually easily help. I mean, I've been single-handedly funding the Japanese economy for years. Look at all my Sonic crap. And I mean, I'm serious. I mean, what everything comes out of Japan. I mean, after the E3, the Japanese economy should be doing really good. Pokemon Black and White just came out, the highest-grossing Pokemon games in forever, since the originals. I mean, they're going to do well, which is good. And anyone who hates Japan, everything comes from Japan.
Yep.
If you play video games and you're bitching about, this is payback for Pearl Harbor, then you know what? You should probably burn your PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, probably catch
And there
fire
was a lot of
anyways.
people too who were like, "Oh, when are my anime shows gonna come back?" It's like, dude,
I know
it's a disaster.
I know.
But I would like to give a quick shout out to my friend Jeff, who runs a website. It's a blog called I Said So. It's actually a really popular website in the anime community. But he actually donated $50 to Red Cross to help Japan. What he did was, for every comment someone left on a post, he would donate up to $50 because he was poor at the time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every bit counts, and I think they're going to come out of it fine.
Well, okay, actually, this may hurt the Japanese economy. The Nintendo recently launched their 3DS. It's actually dangerous for children under the age of 7.
What exactly is causing it?
It has something to do with the 3D. Apparently, it can hurt their eyes. So, yeah. Well, just like, well, I mean, they tried 3D technology before with the Virtual Boy.
Yep.
And that was, I think, don't you have the box?
I own it, yes.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
the box says children under 7 do not use this, so they're having the same problems.
I have no interest. You know, I just bought a DS like a few months ago. I'm not going to get a 3DS now.
I'm going to wait on the 3DS like I did with the
however
regular
much.
DS. I waited a regular DS for a Sonic game to come. Notice the pattern here? For a Sonic game to come for the DS before I bought it. So, there's one in development, actually.
And also, like, apparently you get, like, headaches and stuff, and you're supposed to take a break every half hour.
Well, that's true with any. I don't know. Most Wii games will tell you after about a half hour, 20 minutes of playing, go and take a break.
So
That
9
actually
what
makes
you know.
sense, because you're having, like, physical activity and stuff, and not just straining your eyes.
Right.
Yeah, let me look why.
So okay, so I mean, if you're sitting down, that's okay. You have to you can that's fine. You can keep sitting
Yeah, but
down as
physical
long as you're
activity,
undersitting.
right.
Physical activity is bad. Remember that.
But you can, and you have to get it at this exact, like, perfect angle.
So all I have is the stuff I'm going to talk about with my Sonic
Oh,
segment. So if
whatever.
you guys want to take it away, I say go and take it away.
Now you don't know what to say.
How about talk about Donald Trump?
Sure.
In the news recently, well, I shouldn't say recently, but it's always been a big deal since the election, Obama's birth certificate, which, you know, if he wasn't born in the United States, he can't be president. Well, he's president, so...
And they actually, they got job, but to all the teabaggers out there who want to get him out, your birth certificate is actually reviewed by a committee before you run. So, and what I love is that people hate Obama because he wasn't born in the United States. He was born in Kenya, though he was born in Hawaii.
He was born in Hawaii.
Which was a state at the time. But they totally ignore the fact that John McCain was born in the Panama Canal Zone.
Yeah, Donald Trump actually sent investigators to Hawaii to dig up his birth certificate. First of all, how much money do you freaking have,
Nice to
Donald Trump?
know you have enough money that you can just throw it away on freaking stupid investigations.
Obama, a few months ago, said, here's my birth certificate. He has it on it. Just ask Obama.
Yeah.
He'll give you his birth certificate.
The only problem was that when he showed everyone, he blurred out the serial number, so that people, I forget what the reason is for that, but
National security, maybe.
yeah, but I forget like what people can do with it, but probably anything. But then people were like, oh, it's not real because he blurred it out, so clearly it's a fake, like. But Donald Trump actually losing a lot of respect in the GOP there because
Well, he's trying to run in 2012.
he is.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that I would vote for him. I really do.
Donald Trump.
Just because politicians have been running our country for how long? And how messed up is our economy? Why don't we get someone who has some business background, an actual businessman in there to try to fix
The
our
only
economy?
problem is that he keeps declaring bankruptcy.
That's-
I would
yeah.
prefer Warren Buffett to Donald Trump.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I would vote for Warren Buffett.
I just think get someone with some actual business background in there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, politicians clearly are not. They clearly keep messing things up.
Well, their thing right now is that they're messing up so they can destroy the other party.
Right.
That's all it is.
That's the problem too.
Ugh.
Because Americans are all competitive, which I'm competitive. I get it.
But that's the point where you want to destroy the entire country.
Right.
By process.
Right. I'd rather save the country and then What a genius. Let's see, what else do we have? The only other thing I actually wanted to talk about was the TSA. I don't know if any of you guys saw the video. A little white girl walking through a airport security, and the lady stops her. Like, it's probably 6 years old, I think they said, and gives her a full, complete pat down. Now this has caused a bunch of people to say, this is messed up. Are we crossing the line? Are we going too far? But I got a couple points here. Number one, if this was a Middle Eastern child, would people be making a big deal out of it?
No.
It was a little white girl. It was because it was a little white girl.
Is she blonde too?
She was a little blonde white girl, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he blind? She might be a Nazi.
Yeah. The other thing is, how awkward do you feel? That was funny, but
I am German.
how awkward do you feel patting down a 6-year-old girl? Is that like a pedophile? Like,
That's true. What happens if this woman was a pedophile?
right.
Like, come here, little girl. Yeah.
The thing is like, all right. So when you go through the airport, you have to get patted down by a guy. Like, I have to get a guy to pat me down. If a girl goes through, she has to get a girl to pat her down. Are we going to start getting kids to start patting down kids in the airports? I mean, I'm sure it'll violate a labor law, but like, what are they going to do?
Well,
Like, claim it's like bring your daughter to work day? It's like,
If the Republicans have it their way, they'll start working children. It's more people to tax. I mean,
Maybe
come
they're
on.
practicing for like when a midget comes through.
it's like bring your kid to work day, and then they're like, oh, is this kid actually on salary? Oh no, he's not working. He's just patting down little Mr.
Volunteers
Middle
from the
Eastern
local
kids.
high school, you know?
Yeah.
Bunch of 15-year-olds.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think that's actually helping us, or no? Because
No, it's just making the world hate us even more than they already do.
I feel like, I mean, I feel like it's fucked up. You shouldn't pat down kids. However, who's to put it past some terrorist to hide something in their daughter's shirt?
Segue to Steve-O. Do you have anything you'd like to announce, share, rant about?
Not really. Can't think of anything.
Well, we'll just kind of segue to our big bullshit segment of it. We'll rant about what we think is bullshit, and then we decided on the Tea Party.
Yep.
Just kind of
That one.
using
That's
Tea Party as a
52
giant
minutes.
umbrella term. We'll also probably use that to complain about how our government also shut down too.
Yep.
So I mean, okay, we're in a giant recession right now. 40% of Americans believe that the recession started under Obama.
Also, 40% of Americans are idiots.
40% of Americans are, I think, radiation
at the very
will-
least.
Yeah, from Japan is going to affect them.
43%. So at least 43% of Americans are idiots.
Yeah.
Who knows how much that overlaps? Probably a lot.
Okay, the Republican Party, they think that getting rid of the tax breaks for the rich is class warfare. But taxing the middle class is okay. We checked it out earlier. The upper class get taxed 17%. Middle class, you get taxed 40% of your income goes to taxes.
Seems fair.
Yeah, that seems
Yeah.
perfectly fair. It should be the other way around, because that 40% will go a lot further, or make it even. I'll be fine if it's even. I mean, 40% of a billionaire, if their money is going to...
Yeah.
I mean, and Obama even said that we're losing $1 trillion a year. $1 trillion every year because the rich are only being taxed at 17%, and the Republicans want to lower this tax. Basically, if you make over $250,000, they say, if they had it their way, no more taxes for you. What I think they should do is that they should make the tax rate, if you start making $223,500 a year, then you should be taxed more. That, by the way, is John Boehner's salary. So he should just pay it. I mean, when the government was shutting down, him and a bunch of other ones saying like, "Oh well, my staff won't get paid, neither will the military, but I will get paid and I will give them my paycheck." No, you won't.
No, you won't.
No, you won't. You're just saying to save face.
Just like our great governor, oh, all these state employees are going to lose jobs, they're going to get paid less and lose their pension.
Yeah.
But I'm still getting my salary.
What I don't get about Connecticut is that it's like the opposite that's happening in Washington is happening here. Because the Republicans want to tax everyone, tax the middle class and cut jobs in Washington. The Democrats want to do the opposite.
Right.
Here in Connecticut, the Democrats want to tax everyone and cut jobs. The Republicans are actually the ones who are saying. The Republicans in Connecticut actually came with a good idea. They were going to save money. They actually cut their benefits to put more money in Connecticut. I don't see John Boehner doing that. I don't see the Republicans in Washington doing that.
Noble idea.
Yeah. But according to Republicans, everything, it's not their fault. It's the Tea Party's fault. So all of a sudden they're 4 minutes. All of a sudden they're anti-Tea Party, though they're the ones who got them into office. Ugh. Well, all I can say is that I think we need to. So if you have Twitter, and most people do.
We have Twitter.
If you have Twitter, use the Twitter hashtag, all one word. We need a congressional recall election. I think if that starts trending on Twitter.
This is your whole tweet.
No, it's not a whole tweet. Look at that's a whole tweet.
Probably like half.
That's a good portion.
Is that a whole twat or half a twat?
It's quarter of a twat.
Okay.
Yeah, about a quarter.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So you use Twitter hashtag. We need a congressional recall election, or a congressional recall if we want to shorten it. If that starts trending, maybe they'll take the hint and like, oh fuck, our jobs are in jeopardy. We're running out of tape. This is supposed to be a half-hour show.
Yeah.
You got
About
56 left, so you technically.
So if anyone has anything else to say,
We had a lot to talk about.
yeah, a lot to talk about.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
So until next time.
Sexy party.
Until next time, Internet, remember to wake up and smell the bullshit. Yeah, it's a great way to end it. And we're done.